you guys. So, I only have a limited time. I only have a limited time to make a recording or a video, so I'm gonna try my best to get what I have to say in this video. I'm gonna try and make it like a somewhat like a deep video, but I really don't know what to say in this recording, and I'm gonna keep saying that until I have an idea of what I'm supposed to say, because now at this point I feel like it's getting harder. It's getting more difficult for the star seeds. And I've noticed that, you know, as far as like the YouTube community and all that, like people have just quit talking about like whether they're star seeds or not. Like I've noticed that. Like the real star seed community, it reached its peak around like 2012 to about like 2016, actually. It wasn't very long. I've noticed that on YouTube, people have quit talking about starseed related topics. But, you know, I'm still here. And I still claim that I am a starseed. And you know, shit's getting crazy. It's getting even more crazy. I hope for those who view this channel have a nice holiday. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna say in this recording. But I'm up here in the apartment. I really don't want to go outside and record because there's just people everywhere. There's people everywhere. And you may hear some audio in the background, but I don't care. It's just for some background noise, but like I want to try and get really deep into this topic about, you know, something needs to change. I hope something changes soon. You know, as far as it being like the energy of people, like mentally, I don't know. I just don't know. And this kind of stuff, I'm gonna try and do this naturally, but this kind of stuff just really gets to me, you know, and I really just have a limited time to talk about this stuff. Because my apartment isn't very big, like I can't really do videos privately anymore because there's just people everywhere. But I just hope like 2024 New Year's resolution. Oh yeah, and that's another thing I want to talk about in this video was my New Year's resolution is going to be, you know, after all this Christmas stuff's done and everything. Like my New Year's resolution would be to try and get in contact with like-minded people like me, because I know I'm out here alone in this world. This world is really just copy and paste. Copy and paste societal norms. Nothing is different. Nothing can be different. Nobody has a difference in opinion. Everybody's just hive-minded. At least like for all the time that the system thrives off like this old bullshit. Like all this old way bullshit. Like, it really just needs to go away now at this point. Because all I'm experiencing is like the same stuff over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. It's just the same stuff. The same daily routine. Everybody thinks the same, and they don't want to change. People are comfortable. People have become, like, the society has become, like, way too comfortable with the same bullshit happening over and over and over again. And I really hope it changes soon. You guys, I really hope it changes soon. And I guess, this recording's gonna somewhat be like a female, like a woman black pill rant. I guess you could call it like the star pill, the Alan Wake pill, whatever you want to call it. Like this whole freaking reality is just like I really feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. This is the Twilight Zone for people who have an individualistic mindset, because everybody in the society, they want you to think like them, which is really not the case for everybody. Okay, including women, including females like myself, who have a difference in opinion, who have this kind of like sensual awareness of what's really going on. Like, it really is harder for us, man. Like, it really is difficult, because it's almost like you're just waiting. Like, you're waiting for something to change, and it never does. Right? You're just fucking waiting for something to change, and it never does. You just have to keep living the same boring, mundane lifestyle. You just have to keep living the same boring, mundane lifestyle. Like, I'm really getting tired of it. But the good thing is that, you can go on YouTube and, like, you can actually see, like, other people making recordings on, and they post on YouTube, like, about how they actually, like, think about how they actually think about these things, how they actually feel. And that's what's so great about YouTube, is that, you can somewhat, like, look and seek for individuals who are like-minded, like yourself. But of course, they're the minority of, above all else. They're the minority. You know, there's not many of us. There's not many of us who, you know, have broken out of the spell of what this society really entails. Everybody's just, especially around this holiday time, like everybody's just in a hive mind. Everybody is just, you know, not going against the grain. Like they're doing what everybody else is doing. You know, Christmas time. Everybody's in the same mindset. You know, nobody's really thinking for themselves. Yeah, this recording's just gonna be like whatever, but I really have a limited time to really talk about what I want to talk about, because yeah, I mean, this apartment's really small, and I don't really have like the privacy that I want, you know, but like, wow. Like, you know, in a way, like I can sympathize with the black pill community. Especially with this guy. He's called Millennial Black Pill. And he's just so passionate in his videos, you know, like, and I really, you know, I really enjoy watching his videos, because like he's so passionate about, like, you know, like like justice and like making everything right and everything. But me, you know, with me and my autistic mind, like I'll make recordings, not really thinking like anybody's gonna listen to it, because, you know, I'm somewhat autistic, you know, like I'm gonna, you know, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say, like, as an individual, as a different person who's going through this life, and like, and I've noticed, like, you know, I've noticed that, like, when I go out into the world and like I associate myself with society, like, you know, nobody really like accepts me who I am at the end of the day. Like, nobody really does. Nobody really accepts like how I think. It's just I have to go out into the world and like, you know, and just like accept like what, you know, what society thinks of me, good or bad. But, you know, all I have to say is, like, when I go out there in the world, like, people see me different. Like, they know that I move different. So, like, you know, they're going to treat me some sort of way. Because, you know, people of the world, and I'm not of this world, which I've stated in many videos before on my channel. I am not of this world. Because I am, you know, I am slightly autistic, you know, and I have many mental images that come through in my head that most people like do not think about. And, you know, and to be honest, like, most of these mental images, like, most of these mental thoughts that I have, like, they're just copes, you know, they're just copes that I have to deal with on a daily basis. So in a way, like, I am I am coping with the societal isolation, even though like I know like I have some people in my corner, you know, like they they like what I say and everything. Like, you know, they can vibe with what I have to say and you know, relate to me, but this is not most people, though. This is not most people, especially in today's society. This is not most people. Not many people are going to understand where I'm coming from. I don't know. I don't know. And if I have to make a part 2 of this video because you know, because it shuts off after a certain time, like I will make a part 2, but in this video, like I just want to rant, and do like a female like spirit pill, like Alan Wake pill rant in this recording. Cause yeah, like you know, I have this spiritual knowledge within myself that I've been like cultivating like over the years, just by myself, and not many people are gonna understand. Not many people of this matrix society is going to understand what I'm talking about. Because I remember like back in like 2012, 2013, 14, 15, and even 16, like I remember being a part of this like Starseed group or whatever on the internet. And for whatever reason, like that website like got taken down because you know, I don't know, like it wasn't making enough profit or something. But like I remember being a part of this Starseed group on the internet, and like there were actually like a lot of members. There are actually like a lot of members who have joined that Starseed International group. And, you know, I talked to a few people, but I didn't really meet them in person. So I'm hoping something like that will like start up again. Because I've noticed that like most people of today in 2023, like they don't really talk about starseeds that much now. Like I really just noticed that. Like people, you know, people could care less about whether you're a starseed or not. They could care less because I don't know. But you know, and I was actually listening to a live, somebody doing a live last night, and they did their live like really early in the morning, and they were talking about like, you know, and he was talking about like all this religious stuff, you know, and I felt like there was some truth to that, but it's just like, okay, well, and I was thinking like after that live that he did, like, okay, well, you know, he's, you know, this guy who's on YouTube doing his live, like, okay, well, you know, he's all into God and whatnot, but like, I was thinking like, okay, well, in reality, like, what, you know, what was after God, you know? Like, truly, like, what, like, if you're so much, like, if you're talking about God, like, what really was after, like, what really was before God, you know? Nobody questions that. Nobody questions that. So, So, like, if you really are a starseed and you have that mind to where, like, you will question, like, religion and what it really is, like, you know, I mean, did religious people, like, just make up the word God or something? Like, and I was thinking, like, in my head, like, okay, well, like, I'm a starseed person, like, so, like, as a starseed person, like, I was thinking, like, okay, well, what was before God? What was before God? Nobody wants to talk about that. So, it's really like, like a conscious state of being. I just think, like, God and Jesus, if we really want to get into this Christmas spirit thing or whatever, like, really, if we really want to get into this Christmas spirit thing or whatever about God and Jesus and stuff, like, okay, well, if you want to freaking talk about God and Jesus and stuff and Christ and stuff, I'm thinking, okay, well, why doesn't anybody talk about, like, what was before all that shit? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, really, like, what was before all that fucking shit? Okay? Because I'm just thinking, like, okay, all this stuff about God, all this stuff about Christ and all that shit, like, it's really just to fucking control people. It's really just to get people into like a mental mindset about what God really is. I mean, that's really the bottom line. Like, what really is it, And, with all this technology and stuff happening, with all these people, like, driving cars, and with all these people looking at their cell phones and stuff, like, what God is there? What God is there? If you think about it, God is, God to people is really like a freaking alien. It really is. It really is. Because, okay, well, if we're living in this society and we're seeing, like, what's happening now with people in this society in 2023, like, people are literally, like, worshiping a freaking alien that, the technology has come forth on this planet, and to be honest with you, technology is people's God right now. It really is, if you really think about it. So nobody wants to comprehend, like, their thoughts forward about, like, okay, well, what was after God then? So that, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm really trying to get the point across to, for people to just think about and ponder, like, okay, so I'm thinking God literally, the concept of God per se, like, it literally has people, like, in this lockdown, like, mental state, to where, like, they're constantly thinking about it, and they don't even know who it, and they don't even know what it truly is, which is crazy, which is, like, beyond me, because, we're all in these bodies, right? We're all in these human bodies, okay? And we're told to, like, worship God and Christ and stuff, and it's just like, well, okay, well, what came before that? What came before that? Like, what really came before that? Okay? Nobody wants to question that. And that's what makes it crazy. That's what makes it really crazy. Because, people are in this lockdown, like, mental state, to where people now in 2023, like, they're literally, like, worshiping this technology, like, as their god. Okay? There is no spiritual God. Technology is the God. Technology is their God now. So, people don't want to talk face to face. People don't want to, talk to you, like, face to face, or come to you, like, within their heart frequency anymore. Like, that just doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't. So, what am I supposed to think? Well, sure back then when I was like younger, cuz I grew up in the 90s. Cuz I was born in 1988, and in my childhood, like, I grew up in the 90s and everything, but, like, technology wasn't, like, as prevalent then. And excuse me for my autistic language here, but I'm just trying to make a recording, but yeah. Like, it wasn't that prominent. Like, technology wasn't that prominent when I was a younger